So the first thing I'd like to point out is that of course, I mean, if you look at the national news, the main headlines in China, Pakistan's current situation is not a headline. But that said, there are many deep analyses trying to further delve into, what are the major challenges. And I think some of our speakers, commentators already pointed them out. Many Chinese analysts talk about how this is not a problem. Of course, since the Russia-Ukraine crisis, we saw an escalation of the problem that Pakistan is facing, an escalation of political, or you can say polarization as well. Then obviously COVID-19 and the floods have had a devastating consequence on the economy. But really the view in China is that there are long-standing, deep-rooted issues that Pakistan has to address. So first of all, yes, political, many countries have political differences between different political parties, but in Pakistan, we see that time and again, different parties reach a deadlock. And I think this is something that often comes up, that, there should be some sort of higher level of political consensus for any country to move forward. And I think any Pakistani will agree to this as well. Long-term economic vision. We do need a long-term sense of economic policy. So when you talk about CPEC, one of the major challenges we faced moving from phase 1 to phase 2 was that really those special economic zones were about being able to attract external industries from China and other countries to Pakistan. But somehow we have not been able to bring policies that, really make potential investors trust that long term, this is going to have a high return on investment. Then obviously security concerns. I mean, this is something, external factors that are out of Pakistan's control, but they are affecting the domestic situation and the positivity with which, any investor, including Chinese investors, will want to move forward. A number of other factors, but that said, the real perspective is that definitely this is a big challenge, but the problems are not just ones we can diagnose over the last year or 2 years. These are long-term issues, and what Pakistan really needs is to be able to attract investment. Of course, there are going to be short-term solutions that are much needed, austerity measures, as Shujan Abbas mentioned. But the bigger issue is, are we really able to shift towards an economy which is producing in a better way? So many of the solutions are in front of us. Some of them the Chinese have already initiated, for instance, investing more in Pakistan's talent, thinking about, yeah. So we can delve into that a bit later. But the issues are long-term, deep-rooted, and CPEC in and of itself is a solution. We just need to find a better way to do it in a more pragmatic way.